Semiotics, the study of signs, but not just what's being depicted, rather the meaning behind it, and furthermore its purpose. First proposed by French linguist Ferdinand Saussure, who described it as the life of signs within society. Semiotics can be broken down into two components. We have the signifier and the signified. The signifier is the general form that the sign takes. So this includes images, text, sound, and language. The signifier is commonly made up of syntax, which is a system of signs that, when arranged in a certain way in relation to one another, help to create the sign itself. So for example, the alphabet is a syntax. It's a system of signs that, when put together, arranged in a certain way, form words, a sign. Then there is the signified. Now, there are two types of ways you can interpret signified. There is denotive, which is basically what the sign represents. So Apple, the Apple logo represents the tech company. However, you can also look at it connotatively. So, stuff that is associated with the brand Apple. This includes luxury, elitism, and wealth, are just some things that are associated but not necessarily what is being represented. Now, the meaning of signs is completely superficial. It's mostly up to the interpreter, people interpreting the signs, and the context in which the sign is placed that helps to flesh out their meaning. And it's affected by a lot of factors, but the most common ones are culture and society. This is pragmatics, which is a study of signs in relation to their interpreters. Basically, all these concepts help to flesh out how we analyze signs as well as how we create them. So, to give a better picture of what semiotic analysis is, we'll break down arguably the most prominent sign on the internet age today, which is internet memes. Now, memes is not a new term, it's a relatively old one, created in 1976 by Richard Dawkins, evolutionary biologist. And he proposed the idea of memes in the terms of genetics. Memes are a unit of culture that is propagated throughout culture in an attempt to self-sustain through replication, much like a gene in his studies. This has led to a whole field known as memetics, which is the field of study that looks at the meanings of memes, their sociological and psychological effects on society. So let's look at a common one here. Sorry, I've been flicking the slides. Let's look at F to pay respects. Originating in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, there's this button prompt, press F to pay respects, near a funeral scene. So due to the absurdity of the prompt in tandem with the scene, it was widely ridiculed by people over the internet and then eventually evolving and turning into the meme. Now, the signifier is the form that the meme takes. So originally it started off with just a screenshot of the scene, and then there's a portrait there as well that's interchangeable, so people could replace it with any image that they wanted. So this led to a lot of people putting images of people that have experienced great loss. And there are some examples. Waluigi, he's not in Smash, sadly. It's often ironic sort of sincerity. It wasn't sincere at all. It was plagued with a lot of sarcastic and jovial undertones. As it propagated throughout the internet, over time there's been a shift in culture and what F, to pay respect, means. Now it's become more of a sincere way of expressing the sentiment of great loss, with F, just the letter F, becoming the primary symbol to express that sentiment. Signs are present everywhere. They're a means to help us communicate, function, understand both the world and ourselves. Much like the production of memes, it's important for a designer to use signs to challenge what is being represented and associated within a certain culture. It's also important for us to understand the meanings of signs within culture to more effectively design products for our clients and their audiences in a shifting culture.